Hey everybody, this is Eli Freestone, and you're watching my Persuasive presentation for Public Speaking Online, Term 1501. Today we're doing a live presentation, so I'm going to go ahead and flip my computer around and show my audience real quick. Alright, from left to right, we have my dad Mac, his girlfriend Chris, and my brother's girlfriend Kayla. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Imagine you're doing something a bit on the messy side. Perhaps you're painting, or you could be doing pottery. Or perhaps you're working in the garden. Now imagine that your smartphone goes off, alerting you of a new notification. But there's a problem. Your hands probably look like this after you've been playing in the mud. It's going to take a minute for you to wash out, so you're going to have to do that before you can even check your device. You could reach into your pocket as is, but you're going to make a mess and you could even damage your phone. Is it important? Well, it could be, but you never know until you check. It could also be completely unimportant, and you end up wasting time getting cleaned up. Smartphones have a tendency to just interrupt our daily lives whenever they go off. This distraction isn't always welcome or convenient for that matter. What if there was a fast and easy way to tell if that notification was worth getting cleaned up for, or if you could just ignore it? I believe this is why a situation where wearable technology such as smartwatches could really come into play. The user simply takes a quick look at the watch on their wrist and they can tell if that notification is worth their time, or if they can just ignore it and keep doing what they're doing. The wearable technology market is growing at an astounding rate, and I believe it's only a matter of time before wearables in one form or another are a must-have for every smartphone user. As a technology and electronics enthusiast, I've watched the wearable technology market grow and expand at an astounding rate, and I think my experience in the mobile development industry has actually shown there's multiple aspects in our daily lives involving technology that wearables could really help simplify. Today we'll be discussing the wearable technology market and its rapid growth from infancy till today. We'll also be discussing how wearables can help in our daily lives. According to Dan Howley of TomsGuide.com, around 6.2 million wearable devices were shipped in 2013, but that number more than tripled to 19.2 million for 2014. Don Rassinger of CNET.com reports that wearables are projected to reach about 112 million devices by 2018. This is according to the research firm IDC. For anybody that's into numbers, that's about a 79% compound annual growth rate. With such large growth and the broad and open nature of what makes a wearable, the market is full of innovations. Manufacturers have to think outside the box in order to stay competitive and relevant. Manufacturers are also increasing their focus on the wearable technology market, and I think the proof of that comes straight from the floor at the International Consumer Electronics Show, also known as CES. According to Daniel Cooper of Engadget.com, almost half of the floor at the Sands Expo in Las Vegas was dedicated to wearable technology such as smartwatches and fitness trackers at this year's show. He also mentions that that same section only took up a couple hundred square feet at last year's show. I say that on its own is a very good sign. Back to innovation, the line between smartwatches and fitness trackers is really starting to blur. Here we have the Galaxy Gear Fit made by Samsung, which is essentially a fitness tracker with expanded capabilities that are normally reserved for smartwatches, such as notifications and a full-color touchscreen. Jeffrey Jocelyn of TechGenMag.com even lists wearable technology as number 3 in the top 5 technology trends from CES 2015. Personal drones and 3D printers were number 1 and 2 on that list. Now on to the potential time-saving factors of wearable technology. As we already know, smartphone users tend to check their devices pretty frequently. According to Max Chafkin of Fast Company magazine, while they were doing a usability study, the company Samsung found the average user checks their device 150 times per day on average. That's a pretty significant number if you ask me. Even if that check only took 10 seconds to pull your phone out and clear your notifications, that still adds up to quite a bit of amount of time. It's actually about 25 minutes. But let's be honest, not all checks only take 10 seconds. I found myself personally being distracted for at least a couple of minutes, even if that original notification was something completely unimportant and could have been ignored. I believe this is another place where smartwatches could really come in handy. Again, the user just simply looks at their watch and they can tell if that alert is worth pulling out their phone, saving some time in the process. And I think an extra 30 minutes a day could really help out a lot in our daily lives. Adam Dachis of Lifehacker.com wrote an article about whether or not he feels that you should buy a smartwatch, and the very first thing he lists as a benefit is the ease and convenience of receiving your notifications right on your wrist. Wearable technology isn't limited to smartwatches and fitness trackers either. There was even a couple of smart bandages shown at CES this year. This actually isn't one of those products, but some of the features that they have are tracking the temperature of the wound, or even the heart rate of the wearer. What I ask of you today is to take interest in the market, because I believe wearable technology in one form or another are going to continue to help us in our daily lives for years to come. The market is growing fast and manufacturers are definitely taking notice. As the technology develops and matures, the sky is really the limit as to what can be done with wearables in the future. Even if there isn't anything on the market today that you feel will really help change your life, give that some time, because that is bound to change as manufacturers continue to put out new products. And this is why I believe wearables may be the next big thing. All right, let's go ahead and pan around again, show my audience. All right. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Eli Freestone, Persuasive Presentation, Public Speaking Online, Term 1501. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.